Welcome to Stay Wavy TV. Enjoy and ride the wave.
Chris Paul, aka CP3, aka the point guard, has officially retired from the NBA after 21 years. And let's be honest, man, he was already going to retire at the end of the season, but he was pretty much forced to retire early after he started the season with the Los Angeles Clippers, the team that he had, the second most success with after the Phoenix Suns. He helped the Phoenix Suns get to the NBA Finals, and he helped the Clippers get to the Western Conference Finals. But the Clippers pretty much waived him before the middle of the season. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much felt like Chris Paul was a cancer to the team because Chris Paul, when it comes to being on the basketball court, he has an unlikable personality, man. The guy's an asshole. He gets under people's skin. And a lot of people in the NBA do not like Chris Paul, right? Like, we've seen many players talk about this publicly. Like, Chris Paul is just not a likable person, you know what I'm saying? So his relationship with the Clippers, man, is pretty much ruined because, Tyronn Lue and other people on the team, they just felt like he was a distraction. So they got rid of him. And Chris Paul, before the trade deadline, was traded to the Toronto Raptors. Now, this was an opportunity for Chris Paul to finish the season with the Toronto Raptors and then retire, but the Raptors ain't want nothing to do with Chris Paul. The Raptors said, nah, we good, bro. You like 45 years old, bro. We don't need you to come off the bench. You damn sure not going to start. You out of here. We're going to waive you. You can go wherever, to whatever other team out there is willing to take you. Now, it did look like Chris Paul, he was interested in finishing the season with the Los Angeles Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Chris Paul lives in LA, right? He probably doesn't want to play for a team that's not in California. But, as of right now, it doesn't look like the Lakers are interested in signing Chris Paul. So Chris Paul basically posted his farewell message on Instagram. So let's get into it. He starts off by saying, "This is it. After over 21 years, I'm stepping away from basketball. As I write this, it's really hard to know what to feel, but for once, most people would be surprised. I don't have the answer, but mostly I'm filled with so much joy and gratitude with this chapter of being an NBA player is done. The game of basketball will forever be ingrained in my DNA. I've been in the NBA for more than half of my life, spanning 3 decades. It's crazy even saying that. Playing basketball for a living has been an unbelievable blessing that also comes with a lot of responsibility. I embraced it all, the good and the bad. As a lifelong learner, leadership is hard and it's not for the weak. Some will like you and many people won't, but the goal was always the goal and my intentions were always sincere. Damn, I love competing." He goes on to say, "It feels really good knowing that I played and treated this game with the utmost respect. Since the day my dad introduced me to it, it was the very first relationship I ever knew. Basketball gave me a reason to wake up at 5 a.m. and work out before school. It gave me a reason to find a way to get to the YMCA on snow days, even when the roads were icy. It gave me a reason to be the little brother always trying to beat his big brother. It gave me a reason to earn good grades so I could have a chance to play in college. It gave me a reason to score 61 points in the game, even though my grandfather had just been passed away. I don't want to say that word. It gave me the reason to show up in rehab day after day after the meniscus tear, the Jones fracture, the separated shoulder, and the 5 hand surgeries. The game always gave me a reason to show up, and the true leaders and fighters know that right there. Showing up is half of the battle. So now with all the gratitude that I could possibly have, it's time for me to show up for others in other ways. This last season, I knew I couldn't do it unless I was at home with my family. Those 6 years away were a lot of sacrifice for all of us, and I knew that had to come to an end. And I now know wholeheartedly the best teammate I could be is the Jada, Chris II, and Cam. I am so excited to take with me to the next chapter all the incredible things that basketball has taught me, and more importantly, that the people I have been blessed to meet through basketball have taught me. To all the teammates, coaches, staff, executives, and most of all, family, I can't begin to thank you enough. But the good news is I'll now have much more time to start. And the biggest thanks of all goes to the man upstairs. If you know this and are reading, feel free to finish. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good." Shout out to Chris Paul, man. Shout out to CP3. I'm going to be honest, man. When Chris Paul came up short on the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals, he really didn't play like that much in the finals because he had an injury like always, right? Like Chris Paul, whenever he's in a situation where he could actually possibly get a ring, he always get injured, bro. It happened when he was on the Houston Rockets with James Harden when, you know, they were in the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors and Chris Paul's hamstring got messed up. You know, same thing happened on the Phoenix Suns, man. I remember it was the Phoenix Suns versus the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals. And I knew then, if Chris Paul didn't win that series, he was never going to win a ring. And ultimately, the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Phoenix Suns. I think they beat them 4-1. It was either 4-1. No, it was either I don't remember. But long story short, the Bucks eliminated the Suns, and I knew that Chris Paul wasn't going to win a ring. But he's still one of the greatest point guards of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he earned the nickname the Point God. Definitely, I view Chris Paul as a top 10 point guard of all time. But shout out to Chris Paul, man. Unfortunately, man, every player does not get to have a retirement tour. You would think the Clippers, who he had so much success with, would give him the, you know, the respect he deserves and give him a retirement tour. But, you know, things don't always work out like that, bro. Everybody's not going to be able to do what Kobe did. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of that clip where Draymond Green was like calling out Paul Pierce during his final year in the league, and he was like, "You thought you was Kobe? They don't love you like that." Like, unfortunately, man, most of these players, you know, their final years in the NBA are not going to be good, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a select few players like a LeBron James, a Steph Curry, a Kevin Durant. You know, there's a select few players that they actually are going to be able to retire on their terms. You know what I'm saying? But guys like Chris Paul, guys that haven't won anything, you haven't even won one championship, you know, your career most likely is not going to end how you want it to, right? The same thing happened to Allen Iverson, right? Allen Iverson went to the finals just like Chris Paul. He only won one game against the Lakers in the finals. And look how Allen Iverson's career ended. It didn't end well. You know, I think he finished his last season with the Sixers, and he didn't even finish the rest of the season either. So, you know, these things happen, man. So shout out to Chris Paul. Great career. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe. Click that hype button, thumbs up the video, and let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'm out.
Stay Wavy TV. Enjoy and ride the wave.